Moll the Roaring Girl by Thomas Middleton and Thomas Dekker. To teach thy base-sort manners. Thou one of those who thinks each woman thy fond, flexible whore, if she but cast a liberal eye upon thee, turn back her head, she's thine, or among company. By chancing first to thee, then she's quite gone. There's no means to help her, nay, for any. Wilt swear unto thy credulous fellow leechers that thou'rt more in favour with a lady at first sight than her monkey all her lifetime? How many of our sex by such as thou have thy good thoughts played with a blasphemy that never deserve loosely or a trip in the path of whoredom beyond cup and lip? But for the stain of conscience and of soul, better had women fall in the hands of an act silent than a bragging nothing. There's no mercy in it. What does move you, sir, to think me whorish, a name which I'd tear out from the high German's throat if it lay letter there to dispatch privy slanders against me? In thee, I defy all men, their worst hate, their best flatteries, all their golden witchcrafts, with which they entangle the poor spirits of fools, distressed needlewomen, and trade-found wives. Fish that must needs bite, or themselves have bitten such hungry things, as these may soon be took, like a worm fastened on a golden hook. Those are the leech's prey, his food. He watches for quarreling wedlocks and poor shifting sisters. 'Tis the best fish he takes, but why, good fisherman, am I thought meat for you that never yet had an angling rod cast towards me? Cause you say I'm given to sport, I'm often merry, jest. Have more no kindred in the world but lust? Oh, she'll take all her friends then. But however thou and thy grace so well censure my life. I'll send a word by thee, and write so much upon thy breast, that thou shalt bear in mind. Tell them to abase to yield that I have conquered. I scorn to prostitute myself to man, that can prostitute a man to me. And so I greet thee. The Collector by Henry Naylor, Zoya's monologue. Under Saddam, there was one popular music station controlled by his son, but there, the voice of youth, played by a leading boy band, unknown to no one, on loop. Their biggest hit, a song honoring Saddam's birthday, played twice an hour. Get up, let me hear you say to the father of the people, happy birthday. Or some such thing, crazy. Would be like NSYNC singing George W. the compliments of the season. Just occasionally, the voice played horizon. But as war loomed, even they got banned. even Ronan Keating was dangerous and edgy. So you can imagine, Western music was all underground, played in deserted garages, sweaty back rooms. And that is how I first saw Nasir. He was singing Eminem covers in a defunct warehouse, shaved head, telling everybody he was Slim Shady. The real Slim Shady was subversive, rebellious, very rebellious. It was dangerous to play Western music in the weeks before the war, showed a troubling affinity with the enemy. So Nasir and his crowd were risking a lot for his art. But it was worth it for me. I fell in love with him at first sight. He was selling CDs after his gig. I have to have one, if only to be able to talk to him. You're risking a lot. Aren't you worried about the mukhabarat? I asked you. The secret police, they put you in prison for owning a Westlife CD. Maybe they don't get everything wrong. He laughed, a warm smile. You love music? Proper music? I'm a collector, Eminem, Tupac. Heard any Ludacris? He handed me a Ludacris CD. Most people fall in love to love songs. Bananas. Our song was pimping all over the world. Didn't take us long to start talking about marriage. But my father, he was opposed. He's a musician. Musicians never have money. And annoyingly, he was right. Nasir spent all his money on CDs. We always used to joke that if you'd give him $1, he'd swap it for 50 cents. I won't let my eldest daughter live in poverty. Nasir, of course, tried to laugh it off. What do we do? I said. There's only one thing we can do. In the words of Fiddy, you've got to get rich or die trying. Device piece based on Zoya's monologue by Henry Naylor from The Collector. A song by Ludacris. He's a Western artist. Why do you think I'm here? I was in a bar, standing on a stool and singing Ludacris pimping all over the world on the top of my lungs. And that's when Mukhabarat stormed in. You can't even imagine my horror. They dragged me out of there and threw me into this dusty CD van and got me to the cell. That was the last time I felt fresh air on my face. You know, I fought with Abba before going to the warehouse. He told me it was risky, but I didn't care. Imagine listening to the kind of music you want in this country is risky. Do I regret it? No, I would do this all over again if I could. Music has been like a blessing in disguise in my life. It was there when I was alone, but I couldn't express myself. You know, as a child, I could listen to any kind of music I liked. But as the round came into rain, all of that stopped because he saw the music was disruptive or would lead us astray. Music was even there when I fell in love with Nasir, my boyfriend. He was singing Eminem covers in a defunct warehouse. That's where I fell in love with him. He's crazy about music. He spends all his money on music. In fact, we were even part of the same jamming groups. And that night, he was the one who organized a concert. As Mukhabrat was taking me away, he kept yelling at them, "Leave her! Leave her, you pigs!" That's when he was pinned up by 4 men twice his size. Such a romantic. I just really need to get out of here. I just need to know when to see this because I have no idea where he is. I just need to know if he's safe or not. What I don't get is why are they doing this? What do they get out of this? Pride? Pride in what? Keeping us prisoners? They could burn down every CD and every album and they could go ahead and kill every artist, but how will they burn the music in my mind? I just really need to get out of here. I want to meet Nasir and I want to go to Abba. Just give him a hug and apologize. Sometimes I wish that America had won when they invaded Iraq. At least that way people like me could just live the lives that we wanted and not how a man wants us to. Improv based on prompt 2 where my character's lie comes to surface. This is Moll's piece. And so I greet thee. Who exactly told you that? Oh, she does not know how to keep her mouth shut. Okay, Laxton, I liked you. I really did because I thought you were funny, I thought you were amusing, but After the way you talk to me, no, I don't. You disrespected me, Laxton. You disrespected all the women out there. How could you say that and still expect me to like you? Does it really matter how many women like you? Do you not think it's important to know how to treat women? No, Laxton. I do not wish to marry you. Not after today. Not after all of this. You know, I'm disappointed in myself because of my lack of judgment. Because I thought you were a good person. But no, you turned out to be like all the men in this country who objectify us. Laxton, you're charming, you're funny. Just why is it so hard for you to be respectful to women in this country? Why? Why do you call us whores? Because we dress differently? Because we don't talk according to your likes? Just because I dress differently does not mean I'm a whore, Laxton. If you want me to like you, show me the respect I deserve. And other women out there. After everything that I've said to you, have you not understood a single word? How can you still expect me to be in love with you, Laxton? It hurts me. It pains me to know that this is who you truly are. I love you for God's sakes. You know what? I cannot do this. I cannot talk to you about something that's so dear to me that you clearly do not understand, and I'm not going to waste my time on this. I feel really sorry for myself right now. Just goodbye, Laxton. I never want to see you again. Ever. Now we'll do the question and answers. Which of the performance pieces did you find challenging? So for me, I feel Moll's piece was very challenging. The language, first of all, that was used was really archaic, and so to get in touch with the language, to make it sound really fluent, it took me a lot of time. And even getting into character was really challenging because it was really emotionally straining, because I had to use my life experiences and bring out all that anger. How did you use your voice and your body to show the contrasting styles in your performance to the audience? So when I read Zoya's piece, I imagined her to be talking to an audience about the situation in Iraq, and I imagined her as a very timid woman, a very shy woman. And compared to Moll's piece, where she was a tomboy, and when I read the script, that's what I came to know. And that she was very outspoken, and it was such an important topic to talk about, that, and there were so many different variations that I imagined her to be more open, hence like more body movements compared to Zoya. How did you decide on the staging for one of your performance pieces? So when I read Zoya's script, as I said, I assumed that she was talking to an audience, hence there was a chair, and even for the dupatta that I used, usually in Iraq women tend to cover their head, so hence I used the dupatta to depict that. What new skills have you learned in your preparation for today, and how did you apply them in your performance? So I'm a naturally very fast talker, hence pausing for me was really challenging, but that's something I did learn, because pausing gives a lot of clarity to the audience and it lets the whole piece settle in. Another thing that was really challenging for me was switching between the different characters, because Zoya's character was not that deep compared to Moll's. In Moll's, I had to bring out a lot of anger, whereas in Zoya's character, it was comparatively very natural for me. And also getting angry for Moll's character was also something that I learned, because to prepare and like get angry before the piece was something I did make sure. And switching from Moll to Zoya was also kind of hard, but I did it. Talk about ways in which you can take responsibility for a safe and effective performance. So the one thing that I kept doing between all of my pieces was drinking water to just hydrate my voice. The second thing that I did was a lot of yawning exercises before the performance. Even before the performance, I did a lot of throat massaging to relax all my throat muscles. So I feel doing all these exercises opened up my jaw, opened up my voice, and kind of even drinking the water soothed everything, so I could deliver a good performance. Thank you.